So you want to be an actor or a model, kids. I've had one of those days that everything has just been ridiculously challenging, from being yelled at by an old woman on the bus and harassed and then not having the bus driver do anything about it because that's kind of the way things are here, to getting soaked. And where this links back to acting and modeling is going to a casting where they probably saw 400 people today. Now, that in and of itself isn't a bad thing. I mean, if you're going to become an actor, you're going to have to get used to going to auditions all of the time and facing incredible odds to be picked. So, I guess my advice would start with this. When they say that it's a tough business, kids, they aren't lying. It doesn't really matter how pretty you are. It doesn't really matter how talented you are. A lot of it has to do with who you know and luck and playing your cards the best you can. But even if you do that, that doesn't mean that 10 years later you won't be in the exact same fucking place that I am, wherein you get castings, you go on jobs, you have multiple YouTube channels, you've built your personal brand on Facebook and Twitter, and you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, and you're still living job to job. In fact, kids, if that's what if what you want to do is to become an actor, then expect that your life will be the same as mine. So picture this. You're not going to live where you want to live if you're an actor in their, say, mid to late 20s. You probably will have to live in a smaller apartment so that as you go from gig to gig, you can afford the rent. You'll also probably never be able to eat what you want if you're an actor or a model, because you're always going to be trying to be thin. You'll probably switch relationships a lot because there's a lot of emotional stress that comes with choosing a job like this. And again, you're going to face the up and down roller coaster, which is very much like gambling, of sometimes booking jobs, but most of the time not, despite how much you prepared or how much you wanted or how much you need it, or in my case, how much you need finally to have a big break. So my advice to you, if you can act or you can model, I mean, sure, by all means, try. Get an agent. Make sure you advocate for yourself online. Apply for gigs on Craigslist. Apply for gigs on Mandy and Model Mayhem and Casting Workbook and Reality Now or Reality Wanted or whatever the hell that website's called. But don't expect it to be more than a part-time job, and expect to enjoy the process, because the chances of you actually succeeding are next to none. So you come home to your small apartment and you eat a really small dinner so you can stay thin, with the quite ridiculous and preposterous hope that one day you'll have your big break. Good luck. It's not easy.